When I was younger, my mom, brother, and I used to all go on vacation with my dad over the summer while on his business trips and kind of make it our own vacation. We went to a lot of places, but there was one place that really stood out, which was Banff, Canada. We did a lot of activities and visited a lot of things there, which kind of made a big impact on my heart, and that's the main reason why I fell in love with it so much. Banff, Canada has a very colorful history that makes it popular for tourism. After visiting Banff, Canada over the summer, I learned a lot about this amazing town and hope to give you guys a little insight about why I love it so much and kind of give you a little experience about what I had. Most of you probably have that one place that y'all really love and that you would want to visit again or even move to in the future, and that for me is Banff. Today I'm going to tell you some facts about Banff and give you some wonderful places that I was able to go to and kind of give you some insight about what I got to experience. There are many things about Banff that make it stand out from other towns in Canada. According to Banff.com, which was published in 2014, there are many reasons why it is a great place to visit. Banff is the highest town in Canada with the elevation of over 4,000 feet. It was the first national park in Canada was Banff National Park. It was established in 1855. It was the third national park in all of the whole entire world. The national park covers over 2,000 miles. It has an excess of 1,000 miles, which is used for hiking trails. The national park is open all year round, but the main time to go is July and August. That's the peak season. There are over 1,000 glaciers you can go to while you're there. Something that I found to be fascinating was the mountains all around Banff are anywhere from 45 to 120 million years old. One thing that keeps Banff from being overcrowded is the fact that in order to live there, you actually have to be able to work there. So you can't just live there for fun. You have to actually have a job in Banff, not nowhere outside Banff. The Banff Township is only 3.94 square kilometers of area. So because it's such a small area to live in, they make it very hard for you to just live there. They kind of want it to be more of a tourism place than an actual living place. Out of all the places I was able to go while I was there, one of my favorites was Lake Louise. Lonely Planet states that Lake Louise is famous for its tea house, grizzly bears, grand hotels, skiing, Victoria Glacier, hiking, and lakes. Lake Louise is what makes Banff National Park the phenomenon that it is today. It was actually named after Queen Victoria's fourth daughter. Lake Louise is 198 acres, full of the most incredible views I've ever seen. There are many activities you can do while visiting Lake Louise, but the main one is hiking. People like to hike to the top of one of the mountains that's surrounding Lake Louise, and at the very top is a little tea house, and while you're there you can drink tea, you can eat, and you can just see the view around you, all the way around you. At the very bottom of the mountain, you can be nice and warm and actually kind of sweating, and then as you go higher and higher up in elevation, you get freezing cold, and at one point during the middle of summer, my family and I actually hit a place where it was actually snowing. Some more activities that are very famous in this area are mountain biking, horseback riding, and rock climbing on the side of one of the mountains. Some popular activities to do during the summer are canoeing and kayaking while the lake isn't frozen. During the winter, you can actually stay at the Lake Louise Mountain Resort, and you can ski and snowboard and do whatever you want to do there. Here's a little video of what it looks like and what you'd experience while you're there. So that was just kind of what you'd see if you actually went to Lake Louise. While we were walking back to our hotel from town one day, we saw this really pretty hotel off in the distance, and we kind of decided to go check it out and see what it was. The hotel that we ended up being the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel. This hotel ended up having a ton of history that we were soon told about. The hotel was built in 1888 out of all wood, and in 1926 it was burned down to the ground, and in 1928 they rebuilt it, and it was more magnificent than it previously was. The hotel has said to have a number of ghost stories and different kind of ghosts that haunt it. While we were there, we were told several, but the one that I'll be telling you about is about a family that was murdered. According to scaryforkids.com, which was published on August 27, 2014, the famous room 873 is on the 8th floor. According to legends, it is a hidden room that has been blocked off because it contains a deep, dark, secret history of murder. Legend has it that this family was actually murdered in there, and they ended up cleaning up the room, so they were able to rent it back out. But once they started renting it back out to the guests, there was said to have been a loud scream you'd hear in the middle of the night. And when you turn the lights on after the scream, there would be bloody handprints on the mirror. So they ended up just blocking it off and just deciding not to have that anymore. And so now when you go there, there's no room 873. It's just a plain old wall, but you can kind of still see the outline of where the door used to be. There are many other kind of stories, but that's like the main one they like to tell. That's just kind of some of what they tell you, but there's a lot of other ones that are a little less interesting than that one. Banff is full of tourism because of its history. Today I informed you with the facts about Banff and its national parks and the activities you can do there. I also told you about 2 amazing places I was able to visit while I was there. And I hope someday y'all all have the chance to visit and have the same experience that I have. I hope one day you can all experience the love for a place as much as I did with Banff. For such a tiny speck on a map, this place sure does hold a lot of magic for me.